Welcome back. There is no denying the fact that technology affects every part of our lives, whether it's coding, GPS, Facebook, or mobile apps. It is an inseparable element of culture that has come to stay. Today, we'll be focusing on one aspect of technology, leveraging social media to grow your business. We have with us in the studio Naomi Osamedua, also known as the Queen of Live Streaming. She is an Amazon best-selling author and the host of the Sparkle with Naomi show. It's good to have you on the show, finally.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
we'll get right into the question.
Let's do this.
Now, in less than 1 year,
Okay.
you were able to build an enviable social media presence that skyrocketed your impact in the offline space. Is that true?
Yes.
Tell us about that journey.
Okay, so I started live streaming October 11th, 2015. And it was funny because I was always the last on social media. I had no technical background whatsoever.
Wow.
I was nursing my baby when I heard about the platform called Periscope.
Oh.
Now, when I got on, it was something really new. This was a time where there was no Facebook Live, there was no Instagram Live, there was no YouTube Live. None of that was existing. And I had an option. Should I stay and, learn and grow on the platform, or go and wait for people who are more famous to get ahead and, learn from them? Because at that moment, I felt that was just the best for me, like follow people. I didn't think I could lead. So I started. I made the decision to go live, and it changed everything. I had so many moments when I would go live because Periscope had a world map that people could tell where you were streaming from. And people would get into my broadcast and tell me, right now, you are the only one streaming in the entire African continent.
Oh my God.
So that was very exciting, but it was scary because then I didn't know, there was a lot of expectations. And I would get into broadcasts and it would be like, oh, the African, queen is here.
Yeah.
And, this is funny. There was something about Periscope, and I don't know, somehow I sensed there was greatness here because it wasn't obvious. But I went to Twitter, and I've shared this quite a lot online. I went to Twitter and I went to LinkedIn, and I changed my profile and I said, Periscope Queen. I couldn't call myself the queen because I had less than 50 followers. But somehow I knew there was something here. And I'm glad I stayed on because on the 6th month of my journey, precisely April 11th, my channel became the first to trend from an African on Periscope. And as at then, Periscope had over 10 million users. And that was huge because I never saw that coming. Because this was just an ordinary stay-at-home mom, just minding her business, trying to inspire people. And that happened. So it changed everything.
This is just incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, over the years, social media has gotten a bad name. But with success stories like yours, what would you say are the advantages?
Well, there's a whole lot because I tell people this is new media. This is now the new way we now interact and do business online. If you're not leveraging social media, you're leaving so much on the table. Are there things that are not working? Absolutely. Just the way drugs are good, there are those who would definitely abuse drug, and so you have drug abuse. So with social media, there's always going to be the abuse. And I remember a quote, I just can't remember who said it, but this is one of the things that keeps me going. He says the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And so it's our responsibility to do something and not complain about all the not so good stuff that are out there. So every day I wake up, it's like, look, if I don't show up, someone else with trash is going to show up, and that's what's going to be out there. So as much as they want to show up and put their trashy stuff, I want to show up and put my good stuff. So that drives me.
And so far, you've been doing just that.
Thank you.
Okay, now that leads me to the third question.
Yes.
How can a woman leverage social media to grow her business?
Okay. So it's really one of the easiest things to do. It takes courage. I will not, just say like it's easy, just get started, because there is that fear of the unknown, especially with live videos. When you go live, you really can't predict where the conversation is going to go. So there is a bit of art to it. But then I tell people you can start from a very authentic place. If you start from the core of you, your heart, you can't go wrong with it because you will flow naturally. So I tell people, don't try to be like someone else. Don't be me. One of my favorite quotes is by Oscar Wilde. He says, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
Woo.
So I announce that a lot. Naomi is already taken. I'm not available. So be you, do you. So for women who want to know how to use social media, if they're not on social media, look, they're leaving too much on the table. Again, because this is one of the quickest ways for you to establish the know, like, and trust factor.
Yeah.
If you have a business, it's one of the quickest ways for you to be seen as an expert in your niche. Because when people see you, when they listen to you, they're more likely to connect with you and what you have to offer, as against just reading a post. And these days, we know of people who actually just copy and paste. But when you go live, like, this is you, this is your essence. So people just get to know you, they get to like you, and they get to trust you. And when you've established that, then it becomes really easy for them to do business with you.
Woo! You just did that justice, I tell you.
Thank
now,
you.
I'm going to jump a bit fast here.
Okay.
Now, what are some of the reasons people are afraid of going live? Like when they hear the thought of going live.
Okay.
And it's for their benefit. Why are they afraid? Can you tell us some of the reasons?
The first thing is really what would people say? People are afraid of being judged. People are afraid of making mistakes. I've had the most hilarious things happen to me. I've had my phone fall off when I was live. I've had my earrings come off. But that's the beautiful thing about live videos. This is the imperfect you. And that's what makes people keep coming back. Why do you think reality shows are such a hit? It's because you can't predict. Like a movie, you know, okay, so the good guy will be killed by the bad guy, and then, you know, all of that. You can predict a movie. There's always like a happy ending. But with reality, there is this, you know, there's that unknown factor. So you're not, you want to stick around. That's live videos. But then it's scary because you're like, what if I make a mistake? What if I forget what I want to say? So when I teach people, these are some of the angles we cover. Like, okay, so if you forget what to say, you can like throw it to your audience because you have real-time feedback. So you could just throw something and have your audience say something to you while you try to get your thoughts together. Kind of like a hack. Anyway,
nice really
but
nice.
The truth is, anything is possible. And I say this, if you only knew the people who were waiting on the other side for what you have to offer, for what your message will do to them. I get so many messages of people who tell me, oh, Naomi, I'm so happy because you came out, because you're being seen, because you're being heard. I can push, I can do this. Now that's priceless. It's profitable, but the lives that I'm able to impact, for me, it's priceless. So bottom line, if you know that, then let go of everything that would hold you back and do it.
Honestly, this is so soothing. So this is my last question before I let you go.
Okay.
One message I want you to leave. What's that one message you would want to share with someone who is like, okay, I want to do this, but I'm not sure I have the right tools, and I don't know if it's for me. Maybe it's for Naomi because she's so good. But what would you say to them?
Okay, so now we talk about the world being a global village. We talk about the world just being a click away. One of the things I say is, why be local when you can be global? You have every opportunity, and especially from, you know, a believer's standpoint, we need to be out there. We need to take over kingdoms, and it's not going to happen just by being local champions. And so if you have a platform like live video, live streaming platforms where you can, with the touch of a button, connect with not just a local audience, but an international one, then it's well worth it. So why be local when you can be global?
Woo! Why be local when you can be global? Thank you so much.
Thank
for coming.
you for having me.
Time isn't right now with us, but we know that
I totally understand.
if we have more questions, I'm going to tell the audience now that if they have more questions, they can always send them in.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and tell them. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.